right, Clint, let's jump into it.
Ooh.
Talking Dawgs is here. It feels like home. It feels like a return.
You know that friend that you meet at the airport, and you're at the airport, so you know they're actually a friend. Otherwise, you would have said, "Take the Uber, you moron."
I can't imagine a friend so close that I'd drive them to an airport that's like 9 cities over. I'll tell you that right now. Not that that applies to anyone in this stream.
Not that that's exactly dead on the nose about this.
Yeah.
Where you like embrace it is a embrace. It is a just like going home. It's all the same things, you know. The store is still the same. The biscuits and gravy are still made the same way at your favorite place.
Yep.
Like all of it's here,
yeah.
and it's the Talking Dawgs. Glad to be here with you all.
It's great. It feels good. Listen, you know what this place is about. It's about the banter. It's about you. It's about the community. And so let's just right off the jump, right before we get into anything, we want this channel to be whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
This platform. So whatever makes sense to you, whatever you want to hear more of, we want your input. There's no restrictions. There's no rules, Clint. There's no guidelines.
Do you see what we're saying, people? Daniel and I are there's no rail to be off of.
Right. Which means when you've seen us in the third segment, that was still on the rail, technically. It was riding the edge, maybe, but it was still on the rail. And at this point, there's nothing. There's nothing between him and us except a thin piece of nylon. We're out there, is what we're trying to say, and we're loving every minute.
We're out there, and I'm loving it.
We're loving every minute of it. All right. Today, Clint, we're going all Kirby Smart teams. We're going to draft. It's you versus me. It's going to be put to a vote.
Oh.
Or do you want to do one team? Should we do one all-star team?
That's what I'm asking. I was curious about that. When you said you versus me, we've already done this. We've already done the you versus me.
Yeah,
we've done it every year for like 10 years in a row.
Yeah.
And we did it with Michael W. Smith, and I've won 7 out of the 10, and I won the fantasy draft definitively.
You just made those numbers up. There's
I
no
did.
documentation of that. Find me the proof.
I will find
Show
you the
me that
proof.
farm.
It's literally on the shared Google Drive, in
Show
which
me
I
that
have.
farm with Phyllis's and Stanley's ripe for the plucking. Show me that.
You can't just. You think Stanleys just grow on trees anywhere?
No. He ain't gonna be messing with my chillin'. I was trying to remember the next line. This is a family. All right. Let's do the all-star team then. Okay. It's gonna be much easier. It's gonna be much easier.
I think so.
Should we start with quarterback? Who do you think is the best quarterback in the Kirby Smart era, Clint?
It's the best quarterback to ever have played college football based on, oh yes, the thing that college football is about. Winning championships, getting individual accolades in every game that you play that is meaningful against the top-tier competition. And I ain't talking about no 12-team, 16-team, 24-team, watered-down tournament.
So Jacob Eason.
Remember when Jacob Eason... Remember when people saw him not be able to step into a throw and throw it kind of sidearm, kind of like Matthew Stafford a little bit, and it went 8 yards ahead, above the head of the receiver on the sideline. And people lost their mind out of excitement. Like, he's the next bet. Look at that arm strength. And I'm like, he missed the receiver.
He missed him by a lot. To be fair, I remember when Matt Stafford missed Georgia wide receivers by a lot.
Yeah.
Like in the early days,
he
won that grade. He won that grade in Georgia. But yeah, it's Stetson Fleming Bennett the fourth. It's obvious. There really are no contenders. My question to you, Clint, is
okay.
Right now,
yeah,
gun to head.
Okay.
Who is the second best Georgia quarterback in the Kirby Smart era?
How is this a conversation?
I don't know.
You're telling me there's
Depends
a
on
conversation
who-
about this?
It depends on what name you say right now. I guarantee you there are listeners right now who are saying a name that you're not about to say, and therefore it's a conversation.
Okay. Well,
Go on.
you know what? Actually, you're right. I thought that there could be no argument to this.
Yeah. On this point, there can be no debate.
But the Jake Fromm versus Gunnar Stockton debate.
I was just waiting to hear which one of the names you were going to say, because I promise you there are people saying the other one.
Look.
Did you just talk yourself out of your original position and into the other one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Stick to your guns, Clint.
It's Gunnar Stockton, and you could all shove it up the brownstone with your Jake Fromm love.
Yikes.
I love Jake Fromm. He's a
Yeah,
damn good dog.
sure.
I'm glad he was here.
Yeah.
We've never been out of a game because of Gunnar Stockton. We were out of plenty of games because of Jake Fromm.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my argument. My argument is that SEC championship, okay, almost won a natty with him. Okay, sure. We didn't.
Yeah.
Gunnar Stockton has kept last year especially, kept us in games where we didn't have a business being. That Tennessee overtime throw was electric.
Yeah.
Jake Fromm had incredible wide receivers, incredible defense around him, incredible offensive line. Gunnar Stockton had less of that. The talent drop off was less for Gunnar Stockton, and he was not a liability.
You're not wrong. You're
Okay.
correct, in fact.
Great.
But there are people out there who disagree with you.
I know, that's wild.
And it is wild. And I will say in their defense, Gunnar Stockton can win a college football playoff game and then he can come chat. Right? Like, he can win a game in the college football playoff. The watered down college football playoff that you just alluded to, Gunnar Stockton's still 0-2 in that business. Meanwhile, Jake Fromm did lead the Dawgs to a win in Pasadena over Oklahoma, got them into the national championship game, really positioned them to win that game as well. If you want an honest, like, Jake Fromm didn't lose that game. We know who did. Clint, do you want to say it?
I can't say his name.
Okay. Jake Fromm didn't lose that game.
He did not.
And he did win the game in Pasadena, and so
He did.
I think there's an argument to be made for Jake Fromm.
There is. Okay.
Maybe Carson
All
Beck, but I
Look,
digress.
remember when JT Daniels, the Red Sea, parted for him on that QB scamper run for the touchdown, and everybody said he's gonna be one of the greatest ever at Georgia.
One of the greatest ever to do it in the red and black. Okay.
Oh no.
Run. I mean,
Can
we're
there,
not gonna.
is there a more ludicrous way to try to introduce people to UGA fandom than quarterback controversy at UGA? Like, literally,
Yeah.
It's like
We didn't
it's
even
like
talk
did
about
we
Justin Fields among the elite quarterbacks in the Kirby Smart era.
So a throwback to talking when we were doing the all-time roster composition draft.
Yeah,
I was the last one to pick a quarterback.
he was.
And I was
Claims
literally
he won this, folks.
I did.
He claims he
it was
won
voted
this.
It was voted upon. It was
Demand
voted
a
upon
recount.
and
I demand a recount.
no hanging
Hanging
chads. This
Chad
isn't
on that
Florida.
thing if I-
Okay. I was 2 seconds
The
away
fact
from
that
dressing.
we both made a hanging Chad joke just now. We may as well shut this thing down. It's been fun, y'all. Talking Dogs is officially off the air. We're done.
I was 2 seconds away from drafting Justin Fields
Yeah.
as my starting quarterback for my all-time UGA team. It was
All right.
wild.
We're not going to spend nearly as much time here.
Sorry.
Because how many running backs do you want on the team? I will take them all off the 2017 team. Thank you.
And we're done.
And we'll move on. Nick Chubb is the greatest Georgia football player of all time. He is my favorite Georgia football player of all time. And were it not for injury, I think he would be the greatest Georgia running back of all time, in more people's opinion. It's Nick Chubb 1, and then I think it's Sony Michel 2. I think Sony Michel is the second best running back in the Kirby Smart era. Do you disagree? Do you have a different opinion?
Say that statement very
I think Sony Michel is the second best running back in the Kirby Smart era.
Okay. There's no controversy with that statement.
Which is ironic because he was the second best running back on every Georgia team he was on.
The best running backs in Kirby Smart era played for the same team, same time as each other.
Same recruiting class. Yeah.
Same everything. Yeah. Sony Michel and Nicholas Chubb were the 1-2 of Kirby Smart. And the next closest, DeAndre Swift. I'm a DeAndre Swift apologist. I love me some DeAndre Swift.
I also do too. I would put
it's
him
a
third
steep step down from Sony Michel to DeAndre Swift.
Yes, and it's a steep step down from DeAndre Swift to the next guy.
To anybody you say.
All of the rest of the pool. I just don't have a lot. I mean, again, Georgia's been in a bit of a running back drought lately. I'm sure we'll talk more about it as we go. Hopefully Nate Frazier can kind of solidify himself. It was supposed to be Zamir White. Zamir White was supposed to be the guy. James Cook is a great pro running back. But and he was good at Georgia. Had a big catch. Had a big catch in the national championship game, 2021.
Big catch.
But or a big carry, I should say. But neither of those guys are anything compared to what DeAndre Swift was. All right, wide receivers, Clint, in the Kirby Smart era. Is there a unanimous? Do we have a clear one?
I do.
Okay. George Pickens is the clear one for me.
It's not Branch. It's George Pickens. It's
George Pickens.
Jorge.
Is the clear one. Jorge.
It's Jorge.
Yeah. I do think things get interesting after 1.
At 2. Yeah.
At 2 and 3. I say we'll probably put 3 wide receivers on this team.
Yeah. No, we will.
So I do think things get interesting at 2 and 3. I'll hear nominations from the floor at this point.
I would like to consider Branch at 2 and 3. He's in the conversation.
Which is wild, friends. That's wild that we're considering Zachariah Branch. But I think you have to.
You have to.
He was that good.
You have to. Ladd McConkey.
Uh-huh. I think Ladd McConkey is a clear... I think he is a clear must consider.
Have to.
Mm-hmm.
Have to. Mecole Hardman.
Thank you.
Has to be considered.
Has to be.
Don't dismiss it as no. There's no way he could. No. Go back and watch and just look at stat lines from when he was at Georgia in key moments in key games. He was otherworldly while at Georgia. Daniel, otherworldly.
There's Clint. Clint's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
I lost you completely.
Yeah.
It's all right.
it's
I'm
fine.
sure you said something insightful.
Well, I was just saying, go back and look at Mecole Hardman. The statistical progress that he made in the most impactful games that he made was something that was otherworldly for UGA.
Yeah. That catch in the 2017 National Championship game is still etched in my memory. Unbelievable throw, first of all, and then catch in that game. I think you have to consider Javon Wims.
Yep.
And I know it's not a popular take. I know he didn't put up 1 billion yards. I know he's not legendary NFL wide receiver. But what Javon Wims did for Georgia, I think, maybe it's because it was so early in the Kirby Smart administration, but I think it helped set the tone. I think he was a really solid player. You want to go back to those early days? I think you could make a case for Isaiah McKenzie, 2016.
Yep.
Isaiah McKenzie was a really talented wide receiver, and also, by the way, had a really good NFL career. You don't like to go to a guy that transferred out, but if we're being honest, Clint, A.D. Mitchell probably should be on this list.
Without him, without him, we don't win a national championship.
I think he should probably be on this list.
He should.
All right, so
in consideration,
if we're going three, I think we're definitely going George Pickens.
It's number one.
Can you talk me out of Ladd McConkey and Zachariah Branch as 2 and 3?
Well, for the sake of doing it, I can try.
Okay.
Ladd McConkey did often injured at UGA. Very impactful, but injured while at UGA. Look, I can't even do this. I can't half-heartedly try to fake my way through this. No, it's those are the 3 wide receivers. Thank you, Mecole Hardman. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you, Wims. Yeah. Appreciate you. Chris Conley, back in the kind of another wide receiver that's unheralded at UGA. But no, there's no one like those 3.
There's not.
No.
There's not. Okay. We're taking 2 tight ends. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't have a conversation. But I do think it's an interesting conversation at tight end 2. Right? On this roster. Obviously, we're going to take the greatest. It's like a Nick Chubb argument. Like, we're going to take the Stetson Bennett, Nick Chubb. Boy, George is filling up the depth chart with the greatest to ever play that position in college ever.
Oh, no.
Wait till we go to the defensive side of the ball and get to the middle linebacker spot. You think we're gonna be adding? You think we're gonna be adding to that list? Good Lord, a fax machine, he said.
A damn fax machine.
Okay, so we got tight end 1 locked up, right? Brock Bowers, the greatest to ever do it. So for the second position.
Yep.
Obviously, there's guys like Darnell Washington. Obviously, guys like Oscar Delp recently, Charlie Warner before that. You have Isaac Nauta going all the way back to that 2016 team.
Yep.
Isaac Nauta was on that team. He's ultra talented, really solid player. I'm sure there's guys I'm forgetting even now as I walk through that list. There's been a lot of really talented tight ends at Georgia. Who are you making a case for at number 2?
I think people forget. And I think Big O gets people's attention immediately. You're going to say, look at the physical traits, look at what he's done in the NFL. And how impactful he was. You can't escape that. Okay.
I promise you he gets people's attention in the dog walk. I can tell you that right now. When he gets off the bus, he gets people's attention.
That's exactly right. Oscar Delp needs to be considered at number 2. Again, statistically, like you talk about. Sure. But I'd rather have Oscar Delp than Isaac Nauta. Charlie Warner parlayed his time at UGA because he was a technically sound tight end. Through and through. Just the man didn't make mistakes. Right. Parlay that into being a very good number 2 tight end in the league. And you can't knock him because he was overshadowed by other guys on that team. But there's the impact on the offense and what Big O did in formations. He takes the cake for me, Daniel.
I think it would be Oscar Delp for me. And here's why. Because I think when you're comparing Big O to Oscar Delp, let's look at the three criteria that matter the most for tight ends, shall we?
Yep.
Pass catching.
Yep.
Oscar Delp's a better pass catcher than Big O.
Yeah, he is.
Period. Inline blocking. Big O is probably the best non-offensive line inline blocker that has ever played at the University of Georgia. Perimeter
there was conversation
blocking.
about the Steelers changing him to a tackle in the league.
Yeah, right. But then you go to perimeter blocking, Clint. And
it's Oscar Delp.
Unquestionably the best perimeter blocker to ever play at Georgia, no offense, Hines Ward, is Oscar Delp. And so two of those three categories are going to my man Oscar Delp. I do think if you throw in the red zone threat.
Yeah.
And maybe Big O would get a slight advantage. I'm still going to go Oscar Delp. I don't think you could go wrong either way. Let's be honest. Whoever's on the field is going to be wide open because the defense is collapsing on Brock Bowers. And spoiler alert, it's not going to matter. We're still going to throw him the ball.
The ball's coming his way, and he will outcatch your three best pass defenders.
Yeah. When Stetson Bennett and Brock Bowers share a football field together, do good things happen for Georgia football or bad things?
Lots of good things happen, Daniel.
All right, Clint, let's jump into the offensive line because all that's nice. It's all fun and games until you start.
But it doesn't do anything unless you
drafting
can actually.
Offensive linemen.
This is, and just so you're fully aware. Mm-hmm. We've said this before. We'll say it again. As a fan, as a casual, you want to show yourself as a casual real quick.
Lord.
Then you go ahead and talk about Branch on the screens and how electric he is, which is true. He's insanely electric. But if you're not talking about the perimeter blocking of Oscar Delp, if you're not talking about Monroe Freeling getting out off of his tackle position, throwing a defensive lineman down, and then getting up on a linebacker to spring him so that he can't go ahead and catch him from behind. If offensive line play and the zoom in on the camera doesn't get you, if you're not talking about a thick lower half of a young man, then I don't know what you're doing in your college football fandom.
You're not doing it right. I promise you that. You're not doing it correctly. Okay, Clint, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with, like, in your mind, what are some obvious, you have to include this guy? We got to get 5 guys.
Have to get 5.
Do you want to go position by position and do it that way? Or do you want to start with, this guy's a no-brainer? Or I should ask, Are there any no-brainers?
There's one.
For
there is.
you.
Hold on. Let me. I think there are 2 no-brainers for me.
2
no-brainers for me.
No-brainers.
Where you and I could fight about other people, we could talk about other people, but there are 2 Georgia football offensive linemen that if you said in your list they're not anywhere near where I don't know. If you're like, oh, they're good and I'll take them, for me there are 2 clearly defined guys.
See, to me, there's only one, and so I'm
okay. Let's start with the one.
Curious about your second.
Let's start with the one that we know it is.
The one guy in the Kirby Smart era that right now I would absolutely go to bat for being on the UGA offensive line Mount Rushmore, meaning one of the 4 best of all time.
He is.
The one guy is Andrew Thomas.
It's Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas is, to me, one of the greatest to ever do it at Georgia. He is your starting left tackle on this team. Period.
Yeah, look.
But you have 2.
I have 2. And I know Stiscom's name, where it is. I get it. I understand. Andrew Thomas is the best tackle to ever play at Georgia.
I think you could go there easily.
I am there. I'm holding down the committee, and I am holding court to throw all of you other people away because it's ridiculous that it would say otherwise. For me, the second in the Kirby Smart era, that's definitively you have to have him. You can't be without him. And look, he was not exciting for people.
Okay.
But when he was out of the lineup, our team was nowhere near its top ability. And he dominated people at every phase of the game. Okay?
Yes.
All right. I think Jamari Sawyer has to be number 2 on this list because of the importance he played in 21. Has to. I will hear nothing to the contrary, Daniel. You tell me a player
Jamari
that was...
Jamari Sawyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm in. I'll agree.
Great.
I will agree with
because look, he went from guard to tackle. He took on every single person there was. Anybody that was elite that he played against. Day in, day out. Again, this was like the non-sexy version, but he never got beat by elite talent. He never got stood up and pushed back against the top draft picks of the class. He took the fight to them every single time.
Yeah.
And he was a crucial element. Again, when he was out on snaps, it was an oh no, hold on to the handles around the car because we're rolling down a cliff.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Jamari Sawyer, and I don't know that I would put him in the no doubt category, but I definitely want him on my team.
Okay, good.
Let me make a strong suggestion. We're going to put Jamari Sawyer at right guard on this team.
Great.
Because he ain't going to be playing right tackle.
He's not.
He's a very good tackle at Georgia. But he ain't going to be playing right tackle. And so now what we have done is we have left ourselves in a position where you could expand this list if you want. I will listen to you if you would like to expand it. But I am only going to give you 2 names at right tackle. We got Andrew Thomas at left tackle. We know that.
We're debating against these 2 names is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to throw other names into the mix, let's throw other names into the mix. There are other names you could say. I am only going to say that I am looking at Broderick Jones and Isaiah Wynn. Those are my 2 guys that I'm looking at right tackle. Which means I'm not looking at Monroe Freeling. I'm not looking at Isaiah Wilson. I'm not looking at any of the other great tackles to play at UGA in the last 10 years, and there have been many. But Isaiah Wynn and Broderick Jones. And I think I know who I would go with, but I am curious your thoughts on those 2 guys.
Those are the 2 names that you could list. So I'm glad you listed the correct 2 names. McClendon, great, like cool tackle, loved it, but we're not playing that game. Okay?
No.
Broderick Jones is a physical specimen, very strong, very capable, great, really good pro career, just got an extension, all those things. Ladies and gentlemen, for me, it's Isaiah Wynn. Because I watched him be the most stable tackle I could ever hope for at UGA. And I mean, like, he was the Cal Ripken, and you're like, oh, Cal Ripken just was famous because he played a lot. No. You have to be very good to play that long. Very good. Isaiah Wynn for me, is who I'd put at right tackle for Kirby Smart's era. And Broderick Jones, glad you're here, buddy. Glad you have the legacy, but it's Isaiah Wynn.
Broderick Jones might be the most athletic player to ever play at Georgia in any position. It might be Boss Bailey, Broderick Jones, 1-2. He blocked every kick that year. But I'm still going Isaiah Wynn. That's the name I would have said. So now our offensive line is coming together. We got Isaiah Wynn at right tackle. We got Jamari Sawyer at right guard. Good God in heaven. We got Andrew Thomas at left tackle. Can we zero in on the middle, Clint?
We can.
Do you have any other names to throw into the mix other than Cedric Van Pran?
It's Cedric Van Pran. It's SVP. Talk about Isaiah Wynn.
Good ones. There were some good ones. But it's Cedric Van Pran to me.
You might even convince me Drew Bobo could be in the discussion of this because of how stable he's been. Okay? But no. Cedric Van Pran was something. He was revolutionary as a center at UGA.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's Cedric Van Pran. Absolutely 100%. And so now we get to the last position. Yeah. We need one more guard on this team, Clint.
I know who you're going to go with, Daniel. I
kick it over to you.
No.
Where do you want to go?
This is your victory lap, Daniel. This is your coup d'etat. Let me put the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae of offensive line. I cede the floor to the representative of Tennessee, the name you want to say.
Listen, it's not that he was the best.
No.
To ever do it. Okay?
He was one of the most productive to ever do. He could be one of the most productive offensive linemen ever to play at UGA.
Sure. He was quite productive. He didn't have a mullet and a podcast, though. And so people are going to be upset that I'm not going to say throw Tate Ratledge in there. I get it. But Solomon Kenley was twice as good at Georgia as Tate Ratledge was. Full stop.
It's not debatable. Tate Ratledge may wind up being one of the best offensive linemen to ever play for Detroit in the history of its franchise.
Yep.
While at Georgia, Solomon Kenley, Solly outshone him by a million miles.
Solomon Kenley is my favorite Georgia offensive lineman of all time. He is.
Yes.
He's everything that you want. He's everything that you want in an offensive lineman. And if you're telling me Andrew Thomas, Solomon Kenley, good God, Cedric Van Pran, Jamari Sawyer, Isaiah Wynn. Oh, by the way, we're handing it off to Nick Chubb. All right. Well, Stetson Bennett's never going to throw the ball, so the hate is going to just keep going. It's going to keep coming because my man ain't going to throw it. Why would you throw it?
Why would you? George Pickens is tossing smaller defensive backs into brick walls. Ladd McConkey he's bored.
Yeah. He's just out there doing nothing.
You notice, by the way, Ben Cleveland was instrumental in the recruiting at Georgia and shifted culture while at UGA. Okay.
Love Ben Cleveland.
Ben Cleveland has no business being inside any conversation of best offensive lineman during Kirby Smart Era.
Juan Gaston currently better than the best version of Ben Cleveland. And he was disappointing last year because of injuries.
Yes.
I don't know what else to tell you.
It's so true. That offense.
That offense, just run the damn ball, Bobo, and we're gonna be.
Yeah, you choose the offensive coordinator at that point. I don't care.
Well, we know who the offensive. If we wanted to go coaching staff, we know who the offensive coordinator would be, And as much as you and I have been Bobo stans in this podcast, it definitely would not be Mike Bobo. It would be Todd Monken.
Not even close.
It would be Todd Monken and Todd Hartley, and other than that, it doesn't matter.
You can turn in your fobs immediately if you don't have Todd as your first name.
Yeah, that's correct. We're only looking for more Todds here. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Todd
right.
plus one.
Next time, Clint, I guess we'll have to do the defense. So be studying up and try to not just draft the 2021 Georgia defense. That's what we're going to try to do. The 2021 defense plus Roquan Smith on the next episode of the Talking Dogs.
Can I just tell you right? Just I'm going to make a whole podcast about Roquan Smith. Can we?
Sure. I don't see why you wouldn't.
I'm going to dedicate an entire time. The mayor of Baltimore is going to get on the horn with me.
I'm just going to sit over here and drink and listen. It'll be fine.
And you're going the ratings will need to be for mature audiences. I'm just telling you this right now.
All right. He's Clint. I'm Daniel. Listen, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a part of this. If you found this and you're not subscribed to Between the Banner, which is the newsletter, make sure that you get over there and subscribe. You can send us an email. thetalkingdogs@gmail.com is where you can get a hold of us. We'll make sure you get subscribed to all the things. Links are in the description of whatever you are listening or watching this on. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Appreciate you.